The reason we are here, guys, is to go through what a warm-up should look like for a tennis or pickleball style sport, okay? This kind of applies to any activity that we do. A warm-up is always key, okay? Like tiny micro doses of activity throughout our day keeps us more mobile, keeps us healthier and stronger, and it's something that you can build on day in and day out. So adding a good structured warm-up that you do on a regular basis, if you play 3 to 4 times a week, this is 15 minutes of work that you can do that adds up to an entire hour of extra structured work that you did to make yourself a little bit stronger, a little bit healthier, a little bit more mobile, and then hopefully better on the court, which equals more wins, which is ultimately all we care about, right? We need those bragging rights. Okay, so I was gonna say, kind of touching on a couple of those points, I'm big into research. That's where my background kind of is, okay? 20 years ago, soccer took the world by storm by putting together an international movement to do research on what needs to go into a structured warm-up to keep athletes healthy. And not only at the top level, at the World Cup level, but also all the way down to little kids, like 9 and 10-year-olds. They did studies for over 2 decades publishing these findings from all age groups. And they basically narrowed it down to 11 to 12 movements that they continue to build on year in and year out, and they call it the FIFA 11 Plus. And it's a simple Google search, and anytime you go see a soccer match, I guarantee if you get there early enough to see a warm-up, you're gonna see those 11 to 12 movements, and then some, depending on if you're watching your little grandkids playing or professional level down at the Rowdies. So that being said, talking with Roger, we kind of talked what does tennis and pickleball have to offer as far as research and studies? What does a good warm-up? I've asked you, what do you do when you warm up? It tends to be you just kind of come here, you play short-sided games, you bat back and forth, you might do a little bit of dynamic stuff on your own, which is all great, but we need to do something a little bit before that. What if you're even more warmed up before your warm-up with your coach or your partner? How much healthier are we? How much better do we feel as we play? Okay, so some of that research, applying it to tennis sports, they basically found that during a warm-up, if you start sweating and your internal body temperature raises by 1 degree Celsius, you have a greater than 50% chance of not getting hurt. Holy cow.
I have a 50% chance of getting hurt?
Yeah, I mean, you have a 50% less chance of getting hurt. How about that? It's the research was very night and day. Did they warm up? Did they not warm up? Did they get hurt? Did they not get hurt? But again, this is not just a 1-year study. This is not just one little age group. This is all age groups across the entire demographic of anybody that played organized soccer, and the study was going on internationally, okay? Pretty simple, if you're warming up before you play pickleball, are you warm or you're cold? Is your heart rate going? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you probably did not do a good enough warm-up, and we can probably be a little bit better, okay? Second reason we do it is, again, injury prevention, okay? As we get going and you're moving those blood starts pumping, enzyme starts working, we're gonna stay more flexible throughout the rest of that match versus coming into it cold, getting a spike, and then crashing down at the very end, okay? So thinking that way, the longevity, Peggy versus Peggy who didn't warm up, Peggy with the warm up is gonna be able to last a lot longer in those later points than Peggy who didn't warm up, okay? That was, again, proven by research done during those soccer matches on athletes giving out and coming out of the game with late soft tissue injuries where they're just bummed up, okay? Reason number 5 out of a million, I was gonna say, it prepares the nervous system, okay? We know that as you warm up, motion is lotion. My favorite little tagline, motion is lotion. Oftentimes in the gym when you come in and you're cold and we're feeling a certain kind of way, after you start doing a warm up, you feel better. Motion is lotion, proving that too. Same thing applies to the tennis court. Doing tennis style or pickleball motions as you're going through a dynamic warm-up, adding a reach over here to a lateral lunge or a twist with a racket, this or that, little changes like that prepares you just a little bit more for the demands of that game, which then makes that a pickleball and or tennis specific activity, okay? Everything I'm gonna deliver to you guys today are all things that you've seen in the gym. I've organized it just a little bit differently. Hopefully, we are gonna get out, I think by Wednesday, a handout to you guys, we'll email, of everything that we're gonna cover, okay? going through it today, it's going to take us a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but if you go through it on your own, it should be less than 15 minutes every time, and then you can just add to it as you go. And those additions we can kind of touch on either today or at a later time. Okay? All right, so starting things off, we're going to stay in place. Very first one we're going to do, calf raises. We're going to start from the ground, working up, starting at those ankle mobility, going nice and high, squeezing those toes. We're going to go for 15 to 20 of these. Okay, if we need to, we do have the fence right behind us that we can add for a little bit of that stability if we want. As you're going through, getting to that 15th later reps, think about squeezing nice and tight, get all that air out, the core staying nice and tight. This is easy. Progressions of this that we've all done. Single leg, okay? Things that we can go to, let's go for 5 single legs on each side. This is getting into a little bit of single leg balance. I was gonna say if we need to, feel free, yep, hold on to that fence. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's get over here, get full range of motion. Quality over quantity on all of these movements. Boom. Building into a little bit more of that single leg balance here. We're gonna stay, let's go ahead and stay holding on to there. We're gonna take that leg that is not working on that calf raise and we're gonna start doing ankle rolls. I want you to go 10 clockwise and then 10 counterclockwise. You are tracing circles with the big toe like you have a marker on the front of your shoe. You're gonna go 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise on both ankles. Staying nice and tall, keeping good posture, shoulders are down. These are things that stay true throughout all of these motions. Ooh, you're getting ahead of me almost.
You didn't want us to be...
Nope. No, we are not combining those, but that would be a bang for your buck, a progression that you could get to, okay? Perfect. Yes, I was gonna say, try to keep everything nice and still. You're moving just at that ankle joint. This is one you can sneak in at home when you're watching TV on the couch. Another fun one if you're like super active like I am, right? Instead of circles, think tracing the alphabet with your toe. Try to get good at that, tracing all those letters of the alphabet. From here, we're gonna go ahead and add into leg swings, another exercise we've seen. Let's go ahead and spread out just a little bit if we need to. Let's go ahead and all face towards the water, staying nice and tall, that 90 degree, that inside leg is that leg that we're gonna swing. We're keeping a big, tall chest. Trying not to let that left leg shift at all. Stay nice and tall, not let this left leg move. You go moving just in that right hip. Nice and high. I'm gonna pull your towel just a little bit, okay? Go, perfect. Locking in right here. We're going 10 this direction, and then we're gonna flip 180 and go 10 the other way. You go squeezing. Here, there you go. After 10 here, you're gonna go 90 degrees back to facing that fence. We're gonna go back with that right leg, and we're gonna go lateral leg swings. Keep that chest nice and tight, rib cage down. There you go. Oh, so let's go ahead. I was gonna say face this way just a little bit. Just a little bit, boom. Perfect, 10 on each leg.
You feel off balance and have both hands on the wall.
Perfect. Trying to keep those hips and shoulders square to that fence that whole time. Boom. From here, we're gonna go working into our hands. We're gonna start with finger flicks. I want you to think, make a fist and flick your fingers as hard as you can. All the way out. From here, we're gonna build into, I want you to make a nice tight fist, as tight as you can, and then extend as wide as you can, all the way out nice and slow. Add in a flexion in that. Go back, another fist, we're gonna do 5 of those. All the way out, flexion, come back. 5 fists, 5 flexions, all the way, yep. Ooh, perfect. I was gonna say getting in there, yep. Perfect. All right, from here.
Can't make a tight fist with
Ooh,
the left hand.
okay. I was gonna say from here, let's come down 90 degrees. Let's go ankle rolls. We did, or wrist rolls, just like we did those ankle rolls. Clockwise, and then we're gonna go counterclockwise. Yep, Roger's got it. Have you done this water polo?
No.
Oh, okay. Ooh, perfect, you're nailing it. Clockwise, counterclockwise, 10 each way. Building into that, let's go into shoulder rolls. Nice and tall chest, we're gonna go forward, Let's get 15 of these forward, and we're gonna go 15 backwards. Trying not to let that head drop down. Stay nice and proud, chest. Rib cage down. Uh-oh. Cage down. Boom, easy. I was gonna say progression into this would then be thinking unilateral shoulder rolls once you start feeling real good. Yep, yep. Easy kind of progression into there. Finishing 15 to 20, just feeling good into those shoulders. We're gonna go into arm circles, okay? Starting small. I do not care how many we get. We are gradually building to large arm circles. When you get a large enough arm circle where you're feeling, wow, that's about as big as I can go, then I want you to count for 5, okay? So we're getting 5 large arm circles coming forward, and then we're gonna reverse that, and we're gonna start small, work big in that reverse motion. But again, once you're big and you're like, that's as high as I can go, I'm under full control, we're not swinging out of our pants, everything's staying nice and locked, those cores going, you feel the lats activating as you're overhead. Oh yeah, perfect, get 5 there, yes. Living it, yes, those are the best one.
Does anybody do any of these for warm-up already? No?
None? Oh, we haven't even started moving yet. You do leg swings, I like that. I'll take leg swings. I'll take leg swings. Okay, I like, on the ground, I like book openers. Staying high, guys, we're gonna do those spinal rotations. Think about locking those hips and feet in one direction. That head is straight ahead, and you're moving those shoulders just around that spine. We do these in the gym as well. Go nice and easy fluid with it, not so jerky, Peggy. Gradually build into these. Think on a lot of these stretches where rubber bands, you don't just, or a balloon when you blow up, you don't just pull a balloon out of the bag and blow it up. You always give it a little bit of a stretch, pull direction before we fully expand. I blew up 400 balloons a couple weeks ago for a baby shower. I have lots of experience. Oh, it was great. It was a beautiful balloon arch. They were like water balloon size. It was fine. It was okay. From here, we're gonna go into hinges. Keeping those shins nice and vertical, pushing that butt back. As we push that butt back, do not let those knees cave over those big toes. Come back up, we're squeezing our butt cheeks like we're holding a piece of paper back there. Boom. Nice and tight, get all that air out of the core. Let those diaphragm muscles on that breath really squeeze and contract around that core muscle. That stability that we get at that underlying level as we're breathing deep.
Squeeze that on the way
On the way up, when you're at the top, we're squeezing. You're taking a big breath in. There you go, yeah, squeezing right here. Try not to let those knees move. Try to keep those shins as vertical as possible. Excellent, Debbie, not letting those knees go in. Yes, you're gripping the ground. Full, easy, easy. Yes, warm it up. We got a couple more here before we actually start getting the blood pumping. I know, we're almost there. We're gonna go a vertical reach from here. An easy one to add in just as we're here. Let's get 10 scap retractions in that vertical. Boom, squeezing those shoulder blades like you're tucking them down into your back chest or back pockets of your jeans. Chest is staying low. Perfect, good modification here. This is what we want to see, okay? This is perfect. All right, from here, we're gonna add in 5 squats, keeping those hands nice and high. I want you to keep that rib cage low as you go down, drive those knees out. Do not worry about going super low. Build into this depth as we're going for these 5 reps. Perfect, awesome. Make adjustment.
Cement bag injury.
Cement bag injury, yes.
No fan throwing things you shouldn't.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys.
You have to warm up before you throw that cement bag.
Why, yeah, before yard work, we could always do a little bit of a warm up. I like it. Think of the motions we're gonna do for that yard work, and then we get light movements. Overhead squats go really well with an overhead motion, right? Yeah, 100%. All right, our very next one, we are gonna walk our way down to the other orange cone, okay? Halfway there, I'm gonna pull these cones back just a little bit. Halfway there is gonna be this baseline. At that baseline, we're gonna switch. Starting at the cone, we're up high on our tiptoes, walking all the way. When you hit this baseline, I want to switch to heel walks, okay? When we get all the way to that orange cone, we're just gonna gradually walk ourselves back, shaking it out as we come back. So let's go ahead, we can go as one big group, okay? Halfway to this baseline, we're up on our toes, keeping that chest high. Locked out, these are small steps. hitting that baseline. We're walking on our heels. Ooh, staying tall, staying tall. Yes, look at you. Very nice, good work. All right, we're gonna catch our breath. We're gonna walk back. As we're walking back, let's add some of those ankle rolls. Take small steps, roll it, stretch it out a little bit. So we're catching our breath. We're gonna gradually build into things from here, guys. Easy does it.
Yep, exactly.
100%, yep. Waking the brain up, neuromuscular. Waking,
Guys,
just like I said, waking up the brain. The proprioceptive muscles are waking up. When you go take that lateral step, your ankle's already warmed up. You don't have to worry about, is it gonna plant properly, okay? All right, from here, let's go sweep the floors. We're gonna go sweep the floors to halfway into this baseline, and then we'll go to a high knee pull. That sweep the floor, we're gonna take a small step out, keep that leg nice and straight, toe pointed, and you're gonna brush the sides of our ankle, rolling ourselves through. Step by step each time. The main part of this motion is pushing that hip hinge back and then bend over to brush the sides of those ankles. Nice and easy on that, just to this baseline. Oh yeah. Perfect, easy does it on these. As you're going, again, try not to let that bent knee cave in over that big toe. Even though it's just light support, it still wants to support us with that knee on the outside. Do not let it cave in on that big inside. I was gonna say just to halfway, and then we're gonna go back. We're gonna turn around and go back. We're gonna turn around and do the same thing going back. Keeping these short.
Guys, as we're going through this,
Easy, easy.
choices that you make to wear footwear for your sport makes a big difference. If
Yep.
shoes are too soft, they'll make it really hard to do some of these exercises for balance. Just an FYI on that.
100%.
Like Peggy's shoes are pretty good for something like this. They're pretty flat. You're not. Yeah, those two are really cushiony, and it makes you
These are
feel
more
off
walking.
balance a lot.
Yep.
That's the issue, because right now, Jody, you feel that off balance, right? Yeah, a little bit, exactly. That's not from you, that's from your shoes.
Yep. All right, guys, again, back to this baseline. We're gonna go high knee pulls. Staying nice and tall, pulling that knee up into the chest, keeping that foot flat. Do not worry about coming up onto the toe. Precursor into what's coming next.
And guys, we do these a lot in the gym. This is definitely something you can use for any
Absolutely.
or pickleball, right?
Yep. Big thing here, do not, we're gonna turn around and come back doing this one again. Do not rush this one. As you're getting that pull, get all that air out. Let that core muscle get really tight. Let those diaphragm muscles squeeze around the core. Again, guys, this is that secret stability that we're trying to get that helps keep that back nice and strong as you're getting into those rotational swings. Oblique muscles. Oblique muscles wrap right around with that diaphragm. Go for that heavy double-handed backswing to crush it, right?
Some of us are prior to that.
All right, guys. Everybody's favorite one. This is one that I will give you the option if we want to move or if you want to stay in place and use your towel. We're going to go into world's greatest stretch. Okay? So walking those hands all the way out, driving one leg forward, open up to that up knee, switching hands, going out, coming in, walking all the way back up. Boom. Okay? The way that changes if we do motion, we're gonna go all the way to that cone. Instead of switching legs, you're gonna walk yourself up and then walk right back out and drive that opposite leg forward. So it's gonna look, going out, boom. It is your choice on this one.
You can stay in place
Okay.
if you want, or you can move forward if you
Yep,
want.
I was gonna say maybe let's just stay in place today, but that is a very fun and intimidating activity. If you do that, if you break that out on a pickleball court, I was gonna say drive your next leg, knee forward. Drive this knee all, so bring that foot up to the ground. There you go, that's it. You're there. And then keeping this hand on the ground, you're gonna rotate open towards Peggy. Yep. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So bring that next leg forward. Boom.
First leg back.
Yep, first leg back. Boom. Here you go. Here you go.
Hard to make
Let's
the shoulders. You know, being on
Yep,
your
I was gonna say, if we need to, during that transition too, let's bring that knee down to the ground as you bring it out and then raise up into it, okay? So So if you're right here, go ahead and bring that right knee down to that towel. There you go. And then bring that leg all the way back. Yeah, and then switch from there. Just kind of break it down.
So I don't have to be on all fours.
No, but switch here, and then once you switch, then push up out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like this. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah, just break it.
Or move it now and then switch.
Move it now and then get up.
Okay.
There you go. That breaks it down a little bit more, right?
Yeah, that's better.
I would start with that one, okay?
So now come down, right?
Yeah, well, open up first. Do this rotation. Yep. And then I would come down. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Then raise up out of it. Perfect. Nice job, Judy. Feel okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So just breaking it down like that.
Yeah.
But 2 to 3 at home or before every time we play pickleball, all of a sudden we're doing 10 of those in a week that we normally don't get into, right?
Oh yeah, I never do this.
Maybe either do it
Okay,
on
no.
the wall or just know the overhead reach. I think it's gonna be too hard for them.
Okay, we'll just do it on the wall.
Fresh out of
Okay.
wood. Those are hardwood
Love it.
starting.
Absolutely. Perfect, Judy. All right, everybody. Next, we've got lateral overhead or lateral lunge, or sorry, reverse lunge with an overhead lateral reach. We're gonna go, uh-oh. We're gonna come back onto this fence right here, guys. Holding on for support. We're gonna take that inside leg, take a comfortable step all the way back, okay? Get nice and comfortable here, and then we're gonna lean away from the fence and come right back, and then step up out of it. We're gonna go for 3 of these. Yep, perfect. Nope, lean away, lean over that up knee. So let go, I was gonna say, you're gonna balance. You're gonna get stable, and then let go, and then get a comfortable reach overhead. Yep, but really breaking this motion down into that reach. We okay? Okay.
Which leg goes back?
I would keep the leg closest to that fence back. So you're holding on to that fence here, getting stable, get your balance, and then get your lean. Yep, come right back, and then you're stepping up out of it. Yes. But really break it down right here. When you're down here in this bottom position, you're thinking gripping the ground with that foot. That,
Down or not?
nope, I was gonna say get a slight hover there if you can, yep. That way you're really using this front leg. Try not to let that kneecap go, or that knee go over
the toe.
toe, yep. Yep, really squeezing the ground here.
You can see how this makes it into, if you're playing tennis, now this is a lot easier to play tennis than to do some of these exercises, right? Because you might get into these positions when you're going for a ball and you have to get into a half lunge or something. Laterally or in front, however you want to think about it.
Yep, I was gonna say get 3 to 5 each side. 3 to 5 each side. This is also though, I was gonna say, doing these over and over 3 times a week. Uh-oh.
Are you going to post them?
Yes, we'll send them out to you. Yep. But again, doing these 3 times a week, they gradually get easier and easier. And then you start looking for how do I make this a little bit more and more challenging, right?
It's going to be the hardest today than it
Yep.
will be if you keep doing it for sure.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we're gonna stay up on this fence line. Very next one, we're gonna go hip up and outs. Starting nice and high, bring that knee up, swing it open like it's a gate, set it down, and then bring it right back open to close that gate. Think 90 degrees in that knee, letting it rotate and swing, good control. That foot that's staying on the ground is staying nice and stable. That hip is not moving that entire time. Keep it pointing towards the road out here. I don't know what road that is.
That's
Beach Drive.
North Shore.
North Shore. These are beautiful. You practice these? Okay, these are good. These are good. Let's go 5 to 8 on each one of these, and then we're gonna switch sides and do the same thing, other way. Ooh, a little creak in there. Boom. These are ones that I know if you guys wake up and do them at your house, like technically when you get to the pickleball court, you could maybe forego these because we've already done these, right?
Whenever I do that squat, the squat rack,
Yep.
I come off.
I love it. Love it.
He is awesome.
Crushing it.
I am terrible.
Maybe you should do those.
These can do them a little bit more. All right, guys, we're gonna come back to the cone. We are gonna travel for these a little bit. We're gonna go all the way down to the orange cone this way. Let's all face the bay, okay? We're gonna go for side shuffles, okay? Nice and easy. This is not a race. We are not clicking our toes. We're gonna go big step, little step, big step, little step, big step, little step, okay? As we're going. I want you to think about pushing with that leg that's behind you, okay? We are not stepping in and dragging. We are more pushing with that back leg, growing each time we go. Our arms are gonna just stay nice and free for balance wherever we need them, okay? Yep, staying nice and level. You're thinking, yes, just like that. You're more driving with that right foot, gradually building each time, working all the way down. Come in step, do not let those heels hit. Yes, Peggy, good. Getting a little bit of rhythm with them. Reaching and catching with that foot, perfect. When we get to this cone, we're gonna do the same thing coming back, only using that left one. Excellent, Debbie. You knew, you got him. Boom. All right, we're gonna build into this. This one, we are gonna start using a little bit of arms for a little bit of swinging. We're gonna go to side shuffle, okay? So we're still getting a little bit of that push off, but we're staying lighter on those toes as we get going. We're gonna get to that cone and coming all the way back, okay? Keeping that rib cage down. Not a race, we're staying light. Light on those toes. Easy, easy, and coming right back. Sure-footed, reaching and catching. Excellent job, yep, good job. There you go, yep, using those arms for motion, good. That one's a good one, right? You're gonna love this next one too. Feel it going a little bit? Okay, we're gonna go one more traveling before we come here and we'll get into some strength work. We're gonna go karaoke. This one is gonna get more into the hips. This one can infinitely get harder and more dynamic. Starting today, I want you to think our shoulders are staying real square. It's just about those hips moving. It's step over, step back, step over, step back.
Grapevines, right?
Grapevines. Exactly, grapevines. So facing the bay, chest nice and tall, rib cage down. We're gonna go grapevine walks. Get those hips slow. It is your hips moving, not your leg reaching. Swing those hips around, forward and backwards. Nope, going behind. You're gonna go behind. You're good, you're good. Exactly, forward, back. There you go, Tom, there you go, Tom. Oh yeah, Tom can dance, huh? Tom can dance. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I do grapevine. I do not know where karaoke came from. I'm not sure.
I never knew it was called that, just grapevines.
Grapevines? Okay, grapevines it shall be. I'm in on it. All right, guys, staying here. Let's go ahead, if we do have a mat, let's go ahead and bring it out. Stephen, I'm gonna grab you one. Peggy, did you get one or no? Oh, perfect. I was gonna say, you can definitely leave it folded. We're gonna go into a hand plank, guys. Okay, so this is more, I guess, for our knees than anything. More of that pad. We're gonna start down into that hand plank position. Letting those hips sink nice and high right here, okay? This is one we all do in the gym. Our hands should be right underneath our shoulder. Our rib cage is tucked down, our hips are low. There's a straight line from my knee to my shoulders. I'm getting long, slow breaths. I want us to sit here for 15 to 20 long, slow breaths. A lot of times we do not have a stopwatch at that park, but finding our center here, letting that core work, you're thinking about pushing that ground away the whole time. Try to let those hips sink just a little bit. Nice, there you go. Nice, I was gonna say, I'm gonna go a little higher. There you go, excellent, right there. Judy, beautiful down here. That looks fantastic. I was gonna say, as you get to those 15 to 20 long, slow breaths, go ahead and relax. Yeah, push out of this. Boom. Yep, down into that child's pose, perfect. Yep, adding in just a little bit of that mobility. We're gonna come back out of this, guys. The next progression, staying on those knees, in case that was a little bit easy. We're gonna go into shoulder taps. I wanna go 5 shoulder taps here on each one. Think long, slow breaths. So that same plank position, holding that ground away. Okay, if that is a little bit difficult, cut a few reps or stay in that same plank that we just did for another 15 to 20 long breaths. I was gonna say, Stay in that plank for just another position, another round of 15 to 20. Really think about pushing that ground away, Judy. If we're tapping, we're going for 5, maybe 10 if you feel real good, and then rock back. I love it. Rocking back into that child's pose. You can add into this child's pose, we can add that lateral child's pose position. Get that little bit of a stretch in there. That would be a progression that we've all done. Boom. Perfect. All right, next one from there, we're actually gonna lay down on our side, okay? Everybody's favorite. We're gonna go for hip abduction, adduction right here, okay? Those top legs being the abduction. On this one, we can support our head nice and comfortably with our hand. Those hips are stacked. As you're raising up as high as you possibly can, you're feeling it squeeze on the outside of that hip. That rib cage is staying low. We are not flaring. We're gonna go for 15 of these with a long breath out at the top, as high as you can. If we need this to be a little bit harder, I want you to think about internally rotating that leg to face down just a little bit towards the ground. Get good squeeze. This is another one that we can sneak in at home. Easy here, good. Boom, perfect. I was gonna say, you're feeling it right back here, right? Perfect. Getting 15 this way. And then we're staying on that same side, Peggy. We're gonna go for adduction at the bottom. So we're gonna bring that top leg in, bring that foot nice and high, and hit that lower leg. Same position applies, still supporting the head. This time, the Jane Fondas. Getting another 10 to 15 here with all that air out.
The younger generation does it.
That 80-year-old doing something.
No.
What generation I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Talk to a 20-year-old, they have no idea what Jane Fonda is.
Perfect. Yep, go ahead and switch sides. Do the same thing on the other side.
Does anybody feel it like it hurts? It shouldn't hurt at all.
Nope.
What did we do first?
The top leg. Yep, just that top leg. And I was gonna say, you're trying to feel it just right up in here. Yep, trying to raise that foot as high as you can. Get that breath out each time. Yes, ma'am.
If you feel like it's too easy,
Good.
try to push your head forward. So you feel
Yes.
a big difference. Where you feel it.
Nice job, Judy.
There you go, Peggy. You gotta go slow
Boom.
now.
Oh yeah, slow, Peggy. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. Debbie, how we doing over here, okay?
I pushed it forward and you feel it.
You feel a little bit more on that.
Yeah,
Yep,
I do.
okay.
Right in the lower back, which is good.
Yep.
'Cause a lot of us have sway backs.
There, yep.
Whenever. Oh, that's enough of that.
Let's get those. Let's get in there. Go, perfect. Yes, there you go, Tom. Bring that up nice and high. Yeah.
Don't rush your warm-up. Don't rush your warm-up.
Perfect.
Take your time. The idea is to make sure you take your time warming yourself up.
Roger's the slow Joe.
What's up?
No.
Go slow, Joe.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
No.
He's not wrong though.
Just having it in my head.
All right, once we get comfortable, let's go ahead and catch our breath. We'll go ahead and move up to our feet. We're gonna go back to those bands that I have tied up right on the fence for us. I was gonna say, gonna go into internal, external rotation, just using the band.
For sure.
I think we're doing okay. Yes, ma'am, I believe that is. Tom, I got you right there. Tom, I'm gonna borrow yours for a second. You've done these more often.
All right.
All right, guys, staying nice and tall on these. We're gonna get internal, external rotation with these. The difficulty increases 1 band, easy, 2 bands a little harder, and then again, how much you choke up on that band, right? Okay, we brought the bands for you today. If you guys don't have bands, these are 2 exercises that if you have your racket, you can just hold your racket and do the same thing nice and slow. It's gonna add a little bit of that resistance, but if we have the tools and the right number, let's go ahead and use them, okay? So, thinking that outside hand first, facing that bay, I want you to grip either 1 or 2 of those bands with your left hand, that elbow's tucked at 90 degrees right at your rib cage, chest nice and tall. You're gonna, with an exhale, work that hand all the way out to the side, rotating just around that upper arm, good breath. You're gonna get 15 of these. Nice and easy, and again, as you get going and you need a little bit harder, you can take a half step out, half step in, you can double up that band. We're gonna go 15 of these. I'll hand this over to you, sir.
All right.
15 of these. Perfect. I was gonna say, if you need to, go ahead and take half step in, just so you get a little bit more range of motion here.
Okay.
Yeah. Think range of motion before resistance on there.
Okay.
Yep. At least for those first 5 or 6, and then I would say by those last couple, then it's like, okay, hey, let's get his strength, but always start range of motion first, okay? Guys, a lot of these are quality over quantity, okay? I want you to think range of motion, full range of motion all the way out before you worried about making that exercise a whole lot harder. Okay? Quality over quantity on these range of motion.
How's that, Tom? Is that okay?
Yeah, the left one's good.
Oh, is
That's
this
good.
okay? If you can't do it with band, just do body weight one outside. Like you was talking about with the
Perfect.
exactly with the racket.
Excellent. Getting 10 to 15 here. I was gonna say again, holding the racket would be an option. Even before you get to that, if you just did these at home with your hand, palm up, palm down, get, again, range of motion, get that good squeeze all the way out there. Okay? Let's go ahead and work on a little bit of internal rotation on this one. We'll stay facing the road, but this time I want us to hold that band in the left side, that palm up, take a half step out. You're gonna let that palm work to the fence, and then you're pulling it right back to your belly button. We're gonna do 10 to 15 this way. That elbow's gonna still stay tucked, nope, still stay tucked right to your side, nice and high, and let that band go in. Yes, perfect, good job squeezing right here, yep. And then you feel all the way back there? Yes, ma'am.
I try to do these.
Do you do these? Okay, these are great. I was gonna I'm not gonna say I stole these from PT, but maybe. But the best way to stay out of PT is to do a good prehab. And if we're gonna borrow things, let's borrow good exercises from PT.
Good to know. I wouldn't expect that at all.
Very
Boom.
competitive and not.
Go.
I love that.
Friendly shark.
Friendly shark, huh?
Guys, if
Excellent,
you have any
great.
questions, definitely ask, right?
These are
This is for you
great.
guys. This
These
is
are
not for
fantastic.
us. This is for you guys to learn something new.
How much?
To emphasize something.
I was gonna say these Valor bands are,
These are good for elbows.
yes,
A lot,
a
yeah.
lot is good for elbows.
Tennis, elbow.
Yep,
And
wrist,
golf too?
ankles, golf, yep, exactly.
Looking at you, golfers.
I'm a golfer.
Ooh.
Are you? Okay.
Should we go over like terrible fives? Is terrible fives too much with these?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
No money.
Ooh, same idea.
You already have the band now.
Yeah.
Or, but
I was gonna say, so we tied it up here. For me, this makes it a lot easier stepping away from that fence to control that resistance on there when you're ready in like little bits here or there, okay? If you did not want to tie it up there, an easy substitution that we've all done is a banded no money, standing nice and tall, okay? You can even isolate that, I guess, more with that and hold it right at your belly button so you get even tighter resistance and do like half a banded no money. All we did is using the fence, for me, it becomes a little bit more dynamic. You can control rep by rep coming in and out if you need to. Yep. Just don't let go. Don't let go. All right, guys, from here, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go into single leg balance. So we kind of talked on it a little bit. This is where adding into some of the strength of the work, having a ball handy. Uh-oh.
you lost Steve.
Uh-oh, okay, that's all right. Single leg balance, okay? Again, I want you to think, as we're easy, you're thinking maybe working that foot around as you get comfortable. Starting out, we can start right by the fence, holding on nice and high. I want you to think actively gripping. There's a soft bend in that knee. I want you to think 5, 15, whatever you need, long, slow breaths for you to get comfortable. Master this position. Once you've mastered it, then let's start adding a little bit of motion with that foot, moving it around, working it around, tracing rainbows, staying low in a quarter squat. Building on top of that, I would say, hey, close your eyes. Try to do it closing your eyes. Even holding onto the fence, close your eyes. Even just closing your eyes, holding onto that fence makes that single leg balance and motion a little bit harder. Guys, this is that ankle proprioception. This is ankle knee. You have a soft bend. We are not locked out too much. Just keep soft bend in that knee. Boom. Yes, gummy shoes make it a little bit harder.
Yeah, with those type of shoes. 'Cause they're
That's your excuse?
The perfect thing to do at home would be barefoot, guys. That way you can
Uh-oh.
have feeling on your toes.
A little squirrel up there. A little squirrel up there, we're okay. Big old squirrel.
So you gotta push your toes down?
Yep, I was gonna say, think about gripping the ground.
Let's go 5 more minutes.
Okay, and then go into this one.
I think we should. You want to get into that? We should do that.
No, I got a couple more. I got a couple more. Perfect.
We have time for questions.
What time is it?
It's 46.
Oh,
Now we have
That's
time
fine.
for questions.
I got you. All right, guys, going from here, we're gonna go into lunge matrix. We already did a little bit of lunges in our warm-up at the very part. This time, holding onto that fence, we're gonna go 3 rounds. We're gonna go a forward lunge, a lateral lunge away from that fence, and a reverse lunge. You're gonna go 3 times all the way through. Why do you think we gave these to you? Why do you think we gave these to you? We're gonna go 3 rounds all the way through. This is gonna be 9 lunges, 3 forward, 3 lateral, 3 reverse, holding on to that fence. That, I was gonna say, so that leg staying there, stepping forward with your left foot, nice and high. Step out with that left foot, boom. So that left foot is moving that whole time, okay? Yep, building into that. Perfect, Judy. Easy, there you go. Yes, back into those hips. Yes, ma'am. Boom, go 2 more times through there. Yep. Keep that chest nice and high. You guys are killing it. Yes, you do. It's beautiful. Perfect, guys. Yep, then changing directions. Nice, Peggy, keeping that chest nice and high. Yep. Oh, so I was gonna say, go ahead and face the road.
Yeah, which leg now?
I was gonna say face the road, and then your right leg is gonna be the one moving.
Okay.
Yep, right leg going out. Go, perfect. Yep, excellent. We're gonna go hops, and then I'm gonna do lateral band slides.
Let's do it.
And then come back, and then I think that's it. Probably won't get to that. Perfect. All right, guys, as we finish up here, we're gonna go back to a little bit more of an explosive movement. We're gonna go to ankle hops, holding onto that fence, staying nice and tall, okay? Getting 15 to 20. If this is a little advanced, we would go into a baby hop where we stay low, keep those ankle or those knees and hips bent, okay? If you're nice and high, almost like you're jump roping, nice and stiff all the way through. Those are those 2 different progressions. Another one adding to this, hey, I feel good on double leg. Add those single legs in there, okay? Exactly, a little bit harder. Tying into it, we're building up. Then we can start going lateral hops. Think there's a line underneath your feet, right under your belly button, and you're trying to hop back and forth over top, yes. And you're thinking 5 to 10 each way, yep. Once you get those lateral, then you can go forward, backwards. Each time that chest is high, rib cage is down. Nice and light through the ankles. Staying tall, quick hops. Boom. Hey, it doesn't matter going through there. Boom, staying through there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the idea.
Boom.
The idea is to get your heart rate up, get your muscles moving, get your muscles warm.
All right, guys. So the next progression or next step into this, if you weren't ready already, is we would hit the line and we're gonna start running sprints. We're gonna do back pedals, side shuffles, building up that intensity. For today's purposes, we're gonna call it quits. Yeah, we're gonna be a no. We will call it good and open the floor to like questions of any kind. We are gonna send the list of everything we kind of went through. One, I will include a little bit of coaching. I'll include the sprints, I'll include everything. That's,
Yes.
okay, so yeah, exactly. So our very first one, building into it, okay? I'll run through the progression I had here, okay? The first one, we would sprint to this baseline, starting small, and think not sprint, think jog, maybe a little bit higher. And each time you do a sprint, it's gonna build. We're gonna do 3 of these, okay? That first one would be nice and light. The big thing is I want you to work on that plant. When you come up to that line and plant, we want that good toe reach, let that knee sink in. Everything is stopping this way, down and in. Your legs become those shock absorbers, those brakes. We're not stopping sharp with our knee and falling over that way. Each time you come to that line, it is plant, and then we're gonna stay tall. Keep that forward chest lean on that back pedal.
So essentially, it will look here, down.
So it's forward chest lean in both directions.
Yes, in both directions. You're trying to keep that chest lean the whole time. As I'm going, boom, and gradually build that in.
The biggest thing when you're jogging and in a sport, you want to
Stay low. Let those knees, yes, let those legs and knees work, be those shock absorbers. okay? But the whole idea of this sprint progression, which we will send you, is we start soft. You're gonna do 3 of those, where each time you come to that line, I want you to stop with the right, back pedal, back short, go. Stop at the left, back pedal, okay? Each time, you're getting a little bit faster. Coming into that, those forces are getting greater and greater. Week 1, you could walk through it, and it's already better than we did, right? If you gradually grow week by week, how fast do we get up and go, okay? Second one would be coming to a sprint and getting more of a lateral stop. So if that line is that cone, I'm now stopping and I'm gonna get a lateral stop, push back, and then go off. And those become a little bit more of a repetitive sprint. But each time, as you get short, yep, you're pushing off. So I was gonna say, yep, pick your direction and stay facing the water the whole time, Peggy. Yep.
Sideways.
But he's running sideways. Are you wanting us to run forward or sideways?
Yep, exactly.
Yes, build into it.
Good.
But, yeah.
So we're running forward, but as you're coming to that stop, there's gonna
Then
be
you're
that
gonna have
lateral,
sideways.
there's that lateral
And then
move.
you're gonna turn back though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And that's where they get longer and longer. As you're going more into these lateral slide stops,
Yeah.
line cut, it's going to be more longer distance. I'm going to have you sprint out to there so you have room to open up into your speed. And then we're
But still side,
stopping.
straight,
Yes.
go forward.
Yep.
Not side
No,
runs.
no,
Okay.
no, not lateral side runs. That would be a progression of the karaokes that we did up here. I'm going to send you this whole thing, but with more detailed bullet points.
Okay. You mean the,
This we started over here, we went down.
not karaoke's, what did they
The crossover, grapevines. Grapevines.
But
grapevines.
You don't have any that were going like this.
That's the side shuffle.
Okay.
So that first one we did where we were pushing, and then coming back, I had us go faster, and then it would be faster, longer, harder, and then the other one too, standing right here, instead of covering distance, you can do those skater jumps.
Oh yeah, I love this. Okay.
So that would be another variation you could do if space was an issue. I can't use the whole thing. You can do skater jumps, starting small, and then gradually build.
So it helps your cardio,
100%. Heart rate's going.
but you're also working.
All your whole body should. All your muscles are getting warm throughout. Like it should be.
You got another one?
That's it. I'm gonna say I got 1,000,000. We can keep going.
On your list?
Nope.
No.
We're there.
Good, yeah.
We're there.
Now, there's another level. We're gonna try to do this again in February.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested, for sure,
Yeah.
would you
Okay.
guys like it?
Yes.
Did you guys
Okay.
learn something new?
Yes.
Yeah.
A
Good.
lot
Okay.
new.
What did you learn? What new thing did you learn? Give me one thing.
I haven't done these.
Okay, good. So shuffle. So,
Okay.
What about you, Peggy?
Well, I learned I need to do a lot more warm-ups.
Yep.
I need to get my heart up before I start
Yes.
sweating.
Perfect. What about you, Tom?
The sprints, I haven't done those kinds of sprints before.
Okay,
What about you,
yeah.
Debbie?
I learned that if we do this, I have 50% less issue of
Yay!
100%.
Biggest one,
That's the
right?
biggest one.
Biggest
one.
This is the biggest one. It is backed up.
You don't have to do all of these.
No.
The idea is to start incorporating maybe 2 or 3 at a time,
Yep.
see how it goes, and build up from that. I don't need you to change your workout all of a sudden and then be tired for your game. Start slowly building up, but the idea is to do something before you do your playing time, right? Questions, comments?
And there's ones you can do at home. You're playing that day, you can do a couple at home, and then you can not do them at the courts. It saves you time that way too.
Just a little stationary stuff.
Yes,
I do
you
that.
can do all. So yeah, that stuff for you. It would be what are some of those other progressions we do? Maybe it's more of that lower body, like jumping and building into stuff.
I need
Yep, yep. And it's the progressions of all those just become more about patterning and stuff. How do we make that pattern more intense, more fun? That's
And then
the
your
key
brain
word.
starts remembering.
Your brain's exactly, yep. And your brain's already going. There's a lot of balance